introducing this afternoon's starting lineups. For the Buccaneers of Red Bank Regional High School at guard, number 3, Cameron Gardner. At guard, number 50, Josie Munson. At forward, number 33, Carolyn Holloway. At guard, number 10, Ellie Lynch. At guard, number 4, Iris Ascona, and the rest of the Red Bank Regional Buccaneers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your Lacey Lions. At guard, junior, number 13, Riley Mayhem. At guard, junior, number 24, Riley Giordano. At guard, senior, number 4, Maddie Bell. At guard, junior, number 25, Madison McGillray. At forward, senior, number 5, Sarah Zimmerman, and the rest of the Lacey Lions. Red Bank Regional Head Coach John Truhan. Lacey Lion Head Coach Jess Venturelli, assisted by Steve Torrey and Rob Cashin. Officiating this afternoon's game, Pete Alamo and John Amescado.
Just 2 games left of the regular season, and the Lacey girls basketball team is looking to roll their way into a positive mindset into the playoffs. Keith O'Neill, Matt McClung on this Wednesday night. Matt, Lions coming in at 14 and 9. I'm sorry, 14 and 9, and the 9 seed. And these final regular season games that's going to close out their season at the 9 seed. And Red Bank Regional coming in is the 5th seed at 12 and 10. So a very good matchup ahead of us. What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, both of these teams, this is good preparation for the playoffs they got coming ahead, the state playoffs. The 5 seed, the 5 seed for Red Bank against the 9 seed in Lacey. It's good preparation for both these teams.
These are just more of pickup games, but kind of just get their momentum into the playoffs, because if not for these games, Matt, this would just be a lot of dead time since both these teams' last game. Red Bank's last game against Neptune, they won by 1, 39-38. That moved them to 12 and 10, and they'll be hosting as the 5th seed against Ocean Township on March 1st, which is the first day of the playoffs for everyone, and there are the first points of the game as Cameron Gardner gets the scoring started. And the Lions in their last game, a loss against Homedale, a 66-33 loss. That was in the semifinals of the Shore Conference tournament.
Yeah, neither of these teams really need this game, but both coaches are going to take it very seriously because they got a lot to get ready for in the playoffs coming soon.
It's all about the mindset, as a good defensive play by Mahan that forces the steal as Giordano comes up with it, and she's pushing the floor quickly over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman trying to dish it away, and out of bounds. Last touch by Red Bank Regional is attempted for Maddie Bell. Zimmerman had 13 points last game against Homedale, and Maddie Bell led the rebounding with 11 as she has it in the post. Over to Zimmerman, who has the good look and one.
Good ball movement by the Lions. I don't even think they took a dribble to get that ball moving around the court and set up an open layup for Zimmerman.
Like you said, Matt, these games really mean nothing for the standings. Every single team is locked in as they are. Lions will be facing Pemberton. Being in Pemberton, their first game, or their first playoff game, as the 9 seed, Pemberton the 8 seed, and Red Bank Regional at the 5th seed against Ocean Township, which is the 12th seed. So these games, standing-wise, don't really mean anything, but momentum-wise, this is pretty crucial. Zimmerman almost comes up with a steal, but Gardner gets the easy layup as it falls right into their hands. McGilvery with the feed over to Giordano. Giordano over to Bell, and it's knocked out of her hands last. A little bit of contact right there. Bell's hoping for a foul. Zimmerman forces it out of bounds. This is day 2 of the triple header we have, or a double header tomorrow. Actually, that starts tomorrow. With boys basketball tomorrow and girls ending their regular season on Friday. Here's a pull-up mid-range shot. That's no good. McGilvery in a lot of trouble. And it stays on Red Bank's side.
Jump ball, Red Bank possession.
There's a feed up top. Holloway has it. Back to Gardner. Ball movement at the top of the key. Lynch over to Gardner. Gardner feeds it across court. And that was deflected away. Mahan loses the handle on it.
Yeah, great pass by Red Bank. Just a little too hard on that last one, bouncing off the hands.
McGilvery comes up with a steal, trying to feed it away, but a creeping Lynch that steals it away, and the layup by Azcona forces Red Bank to take a timeout. Not really forces, but they take the timeout anyway. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So yeah, Matt, like I was saying before, these games, seeding-wise, not crucial, but momentum-wise and preparation-wise, these are big, because obviously playoffs all on the line, especially for a couple of these girls who are going to be playing their final games. So the mindset for them is going to be certainly different these few games.
Yeah, and the Lions have a tough matchup in the first round. That 9-8 seed is always a great game, and if they do win that, pretty good chance they're going up against the 1 seed in mainland.
If the Lions want to host a playoff game, which would be pretty cool for not only them but for us too, they would have to hope that they would have to get past Pemberton first, and they would have to hope that Triton beats mainland. So those are your matchups right there. So Triton's going to be facing the number 1 seed mainland, which is going to be a tough matchup for them. Zimmerman drives left side. She can't get the basket to go. A lead pass ahead as Azcona over to Gardner, who has the open 3. That banks off the window, and it's a 92 game.
Little shooter's touch as it swirls around the hoop.
Giordano up top over to McGilvery, now into the corner, Mahan. Lions trying to find a rhythm as Bell loses the handle on it. Now has to pass it away up top to Zimmerman. Zimmerman, nice feed to Giordano, the spin around jumper. A quiet, slow, but works.
Yeah, she's been really good on offense so far, both passing the ball, and as we saw right there, she could score in the post as well.
Here's a feed down low, a little bit of a mismatch in the paint, but not able to finish it was Holloway. Lions down by 5. Giordano in the corner. Feeds it down low to Zimmerman. Zimmerman on Holloway, gives it over to Bell. Bell in trouble! Gets it off the glass. Red Bank answering right back with the quick push down the floor, but not able to get the shot to go. There's Giordano trying to feed it over to Bell and lets it roll out of bounds. Maybe the smarter. Good job, Matt. Way to play. Oh, did you not touch it?
Oh, I got just a finger.
You got a
on the
finger
ball.
on it. Yeah, well.
Not enough to finish the job, though.
Well, you can't do a lot of things.
Thank you. Jerk.
It's a little harsh. This season, Matt, for Red Bank, a little streaky. They went on a 4-game losing streak, then bounced back on a 4-game winning streak, but which is a key reason why the record isn't as good as it shows, as Bell had the wide open layup A little bit of miscommunication of the paint, and now the Lions on a 7-0 run, making a 9-8 game. Gardner up ahead. Here's an open. Oh, stuff from behind by McGilvery. Oh.
That's great hustle by McGilvery just to get back on defense.
I'm trying to look at stats, and they're just doing that thing. Gotta wait. But Red Bank currently on a 3-game winning streak as Gardner couldn't finish the 3, but right there to finish the basket is Azcona. McGilvery up top, down low. McGilvery feeds it over to Bell, who gets the layup.
There hasn't been a lot of defense in the paint to stop Bell so far.
But great looks by the Lions, man.
Yeah, the Lions are doing a good job of just leaving the taller girls out of the paint and giving Bell a couple good mismatches.
A really deep 3 by Azcona. The rebound still on the ground. Red Bank fighting for it, and a travel called on Munson.
Yeah, it's a real tight game right now. The Lions are going to have to try to clean up their rebounding so far, giving up a couple big offensive rebounds in a row.
Big reason why the Lions sitting at the 9 seed against Pemberton was that end of the season 4-game losing streak as a attempt for a wide open Bell in the paint. That slips through her hands a little too high of a pass. But Matt, that losing streak really costs them a lot, you know. I mean, one of the games you lost by 1 point against Manchester, you know, that really ruins your chances of getting a home playoff spot. So, you know, just towards the end of the season, it was tough to clean up, but you know, they're going to hope to come away with it as Zimmerman comes away with the steal, feeds it down to Bell, and she's fouled.
Yeah, you talk about a losing streak. We had an opportunity to do a couple of those games. Just, you know, really close games. They just weren't able to pull away against good competition. And I bet a bunch of those games the girls wish they had back another opportunity to play. Because they didn't play many perfect games in that losing streak. They didn't play as well as they were in the beginning of the season.
A 7-game winning streak settled into their hands, but ending the season on a 4-game losing streak, the regular season I should say, as Bell misses both free throws. Lions down by 1 with under 2.5 remaining.
Yeah, that's why these 2 games are so important, just trying to get back into stride, like where they were in the beginning and middle of the season on that 7-game win streak. Just try to get a little positive momentum.
Azcona from the same spot as before, she can't finish, and Bell comes away with the board. Giordano pushing down fairly quickly. Giordano over to the corner, and Mahan can't get the handle on it.
Re-entering for Red Bank, number 10, Ellie Lynch.
So a couple good opportunities for the Lions, but the passing not able to complete the play. Here's Azcona up top, guarded by Giordano. Over to Gardner. Giordano playing well. Up at the top of the key, back to Azcona. Feeds it down low, a great feed, and off the glass.
What an incredible play.
Shani Lynch, who checked in for the first time, gets the finish. Over to Bell, who can't grab the dribble, I'm sorry. That's 3 turnovers right there, just off of not being able to get a grip on the ball. Here's Lynch, over to Azcona. Over to Gardner. Gardner drives. Gardner with the left-handed layup. That's a 5-point lead. Here's McGilvery over to Giordano. Giordano on the corner for Mahan. Mahan chucks up a 3. That's too strong. Bell and Zimmerman, a little bit of miscommunication. Back up top, and too high of a pass by McGilvery. She has 2 turnovers already.
Yeah, a couple turnovers in a row, and the Lions will let the Red Bank get a little bit of a run so far at the end of this first quarter.
Azcona up top. And another turnover right there, this time by the Red Bank Regional, as Katie Patterson's going to check in for Maddie Bell.
Number 33, Katie Patterson.
30 seconds to go, left of the first. Zimmerman tries to feed it away, and another turnover on the Lions offense. That's 3 turnovers in a row. .20 seconds and counting. Azcona has it, guarded by McGilvery. 15 seconds now as Kona feeds it down low, and Zimmerman comes up with it. Bit of a turnover fest, and Zimmerman called out of bounds as she tried to save it in as she lost the handle on it.
Almost took out a speaker there trying to save it. And the entire scores table.
Speaker did fall.
As we make sure you protect Mr. Hart, who does a great job calling these games.
With everything. Not even just the games, with everything.
Legendary man.
Don't even know what he does outside of this, but he's incredible. What a guy. 10 seconds left. Red Bank's going to look to get a final shot as Kona drives, as Kona fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2 with 5 seconds left of the first.
Foul call on Macy's number 24, Riley Giordano. Her first foul, Macy's first team foul. At the line shooting true for Red Bank number 4, Iris Ascona.
That's the first free throw to go. Now, this, like you were saying before, this is a big passing team. You know, they have to kind of slow the ball down. They have 187 assists on the season. 1 second left. Mahan's going to have to chuck it up at the buzzer. It was nothing but net, but didn't go in. So the first quarter ends on a 17-10 lead for Red Bank Regional as we will go to go to commercial, I guess. I don't know. 17-10 as we'll be right back at the start of the second. Right back with you on WLTS TV at the start of the second quarter, a 17-10 lead in favor of Red Bank Regional. Matt, the turnovers costly. A lot of passes that slip through the hands of the Lions players, so definitely gonna have to clean it up. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. Yeah,
when they were taking care of the ball, Keith, they were doing a great job of scoring in the middle of that quarter. They just got a little sloppy towards the end.
No shot, and Zimmerman's fouled on the floor. Our incredible fan of Gavin Sayer in the crowd, and you can hear him from anywhere.
Yeah, and he wanted that to be an and one call rather than the call being on the floor. But it was tough. It was really close. Especially coming off a pass, it's really hard to tell as a referee what the player's trying to do.
That pass was tipped up, and Red Bank once again coming up with a steal. That's their 4th steal of the game. Lynch over across. Back to Lynch, feeds it down low. Great ball movement as Kona from downtown again, no good. Riley Mahan somehow snatches away the rebound as Gardner had it in her hands. Mahan Giordano in the corner. McGilvery now over to Giordano in the corner for Patterson. As Giordano was pushed away. Looked like a foul could have been called right there. Mahan now has it, trying to feed it down low, and it stays on Lacey's side. So Red Bank doing a great job getting into the passing lanes and stopping the play.
Yeah, their defense is doing a great job rotating to the ball and just closing the passing lanes really quick when the ball goes in the air.
Here's a feed to Mahan. It circles in and out. And it stays on the Lions side. Mahan looking. Gives it over to McGilvery in the corner. McGilvery over to Mahan up top. Back to McGilvery. Feeds it over to Zimmerman. Now Patterson trying to feed it up top. It was plunked away. Red Bank comes away with it. McGilvery sprinting towards it in the corner. Up top now Arzcona. Now over to Gardner. 6.5 remaining. No team has scored yet. Gardner with the spin around elbow jumper. And there's the first score of the second quarter. 19-10, Matt. The offense, it looked like it was on a bit of a streak for the Lions, and then it just flattened.
Yeah, it really died out halfway through that first quarter. And it just became really sloppy.
McGilvery with a rare three. She can't get it to go. Katie Patterson with the great steal from behind. Stripped it away. Now Zimmerman comes up with it. Zimmerman feeds it across. Lions are going to slow it down once again. Giordano over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman back up top. McGilvery over to Giordano. Tries to feed it down low and in traffic. Now the Lions really can't get out of their own way with the turnovers. 19-10, 5:40 to go. Zimmerman with the great play. Forces the steal. Zimmerman gets it stripped right back.
Just have not been able to set up the offense so far in the recent couple minutes.
Arzcona hoping for one of those to go in. She's shot in 4 of those already. Deep threes, but none of them has gone in. Giordano. Back to McGilvery. The Lions really hoping for an answer. Hands it off to Mahan. Now back to Patterson. Patterson down to Zimmerman. Zimmerman kicked off the shoe and stolen away. Another turnover. Here is a layup attempt. Mahan over to McGilvery. Here's Giordano driving left side. She can't finish. Here's a 3-ball from Lynch. That's too strong, and now Giordano comes up with it. 4.5 to go, and a timeout taken by Lacey. It'll be a 30-second. And we'll take our quick TV timeout. This is WLTS TV. And we're right back with you on WLTS TV after the quick timeout. Matt, this turnover problem has been fairly rough for the Lions to answer back and, figure themselves out. But, it's certainly costing them a lot of points as Bell contested from down low into the hands of Zimmerman. She gets fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2. But the turnover problem has been a huge key on why the Lions are down by 9. Is there any way they could try and figure out? They still haven't scored in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think they just got to stop trying to force the ball into the paint when it's not there. And a way to open up the paint, they got to start being able to shoot, knock down some shots on the outside. And Red Bank has really done a good job of playing good defense all over the court and not allowing any threes so far, or at least open threes, really. And if the Lions are going to have to, work some ball movement on the outside and try to find some open shots.
Bell checks in alongside of Paget. As Zimmerman gets the first points of the second quarter. Off the free throw, Gardner loses the handle, but she gets it back. Has to feed it back. Into the corner. Feeds it down low to a wide open Holloway. She can't finish. Gets it back. No good. feeds it away to Bell, and now McGilvery has it with under 4 to go. McGilvery can't complete any pass as Lynch has the layup to go.
That was a really good layup with the right hand on the left side to put it over the defender.
We saw McGilvery get that nasty swat from behind earlier this game. And
yeah, it's got to be in the back of your mind.
as Red Bank comes up with another steal, here is Lynch again, but she gets stripped from behind by Mahan. Turnover problem really tough for the Lions right now, Matt.
Yeah, they're gonna have to clean it up soon if they want to get themselves back in this game. It's been really bad with the turnovers recently.
They were down by 1 at one point as Gardner from downtown. That's no good. Lynch came away with the rebound, but Giordano stole the ball, but she will get fouled. Yeah, but there was at one point only a 1 point lead for Red Bank Regional, and now it's a 10-point with 3.5 to go. Here's Giordano over to Mahan. Lions look like they're a little trapped up at the top of the key. Feeds it across court Zimmerman.
Yeah, and when they were on that run in the beginning of the Lions, they had such a good 1-2 punch with Zimmerman passing her way down to Bell. We just haven't seen that ever since.
Seems like Red Bank after that timeout really solved some problems because once they took that lead right back, they immediately called the timeout and a whole new game plan or a whole new game ever since. That inbound pass that was intended for Bell gets stripped away, and a timeout taken by Red Bank.
30-second timeout, Red Bank Regional.
So Red Bank Regional will take a timeout as it's 21-11 with under 3 to go. Really only the biggest highlight of this game, the headline of this game, Matt, is just turnovers. Not only by the Lions, but as long as Red Bank Regional that has contributed with the turnovers. But still, the Lions want to get back into this game. They really have to start cleaning it up.
Yeah, they've scored 1 point in the last close to 8 minutes now. So their offense just has not looked the same as it did in the beginning of that first quarter. And they haven't been able to get the ball into the paint cleanly and set up post-move shots like they're used to. And that's been a big problem for them so far.
The defense has held up fairly well, though. But once again, the offense is all over the place.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive knowing how many fast break opportunities that Red Bank has had.
Gardner feeds it over to Lynch, guarded by Padgett. Now up top to Gardner.
Sorry, Keith.
You could go, please.
No, the press that we've seen today has just not been as effective as we're used to. They're really just working the ball up very well, and it just doesn't seem like it's getting to them at all.
Holloway gets away from Bell and gets the layup to go. It's a 12-point game. Under 2.5 to go. Mahan over to Padgett. Back to Mahan, feeds it in the middle to Giordano. Great pass from Giordano to Bell. And some scoring that the Lions are going to desperately need to try and claw themselves back in. Giordano almost gets the steal. And somehow Shani Lynch came away with it. 2 minutes to go. A hesitant pump fake right there by Munson. Here's Gardner, stolen away by Giordano. Great play. She has one player to beat, and it's off the hand of Padgett, but I believe it stays on Red Bank's side. I thought it was off the hand of Padgett. I don't know if it really was, honestly.
In the game for Lucy at this time is number 10, Reese Padgett.
Okay, it wasn't. So, Lions down by 10. Bell has it in the corner, tries to feed Zimmerman, and another turnover for the Lions. It's that same pass that they try and throw into the paint to try and get something going, but it's just been nothing but Red Bank's control as Holloway. That's the same move twice in a row.
Yeah, she's just sealing off that low post and taking advantage of the mismatch in the paint.
Mahan hesitant on 3. Paget from the corner. Too short, gets her own rebound. Paget, reverse layup, blocked. Blocked by Gardner. Here's a floater on the left side. That's no good, and Bell comes away with it. Gives it ahead to Giordano. And Giordano's going to take it back and slow it down. Under a minute to go. Over to Paget. Now over to Giordano. Back to Paget. Paget in trouble. Kicks it over to Giordano. Giordano looking for someone. Here's Mahan. Fakes. Back over to Paget. Paget feeds it down low. Zimmerman. Zimmerman. Back up to Mahan from the corner. Too strong. Tipped up in the air. Giordano comes out with it. 25 seconds left. Paget, top of the key. No good. A lot of shots going up for the Lions. It was a good time to kind of generate some offense, but 2 shots that weren't able to go. Still down by 12. Sorry, man.
We haven't seen anything come off the dribble for them in a long time. They're really just trying to force the ball into the paint.
5 seconds left. Here's a pull-up jumper. No good. 3 seconds left. Another one. Holloway blocked by Bell, and that's how the first half ends. Second half was all in the names of Red Bank Regionals. The Lions only scored 3 points in that entire quarter. But that's how the first half ends. 25-13 as we're going to see a halftime show from the cheerleaders. And we'll be right back with you at the start of the third quarter on WLTS TV. Start of the third quarter, and right back with you on WLTS TV, a 25-13 lead in favor of Red Bank Regional. Matt, that first half, back and forth in the first quarter. You know, it was a 10-11 lead, or 11-10 lead, I should say, in favor of Red Bank. And, you know, the Lions kept it in fair control, but Lions only scored 3 points in that entire second quarter, and it just completely slipped away. The turnovers were a big problem. As, speaking of turnovers, Giordano comes up with a steal, as Zimmerman's going to push it down quickly.
Yeah, we didn't see the same disciplined basketball we're used to seeing out of the Lions. And, you know, that really affected the score in that second quarter. Now they're down by 12, excuse me.
7.5 to go. Giordano tries to feed it ahead. And just like that, it's almost right back to the same script. 25-13. 2 more games streamed on WLTS TV after tonight's girls basketball game against Red Bank Regional. There's the boys game tomorrow against Colts Neck, which will close out their regular, I apologize, that'll close out their home games this season. And the girls have their final game on Friday, which both those games will be streamed on WLTS TV, but tomorrow we have the boys basketball game against Pinelands.
Foul called on the Commentators, number 33, Caroline Holloway. Her first foul, Red Bank's first team foul in the second half.
Zimmerman's going to go out the line for 2. She misses the first one.
Sarah Zimmerman.
And tomorrow we got a boys game against, against Colts Neck at home,
there you go,
where Chris Ventaroso is going to look for 24 more points to reach 1,000. So that should be a big game. There should be a huge attendance online, hopefully for
yeah.
me and you, Keith. And, you know, I have a trustworthy source. I'm not going to say the source. I won't dox him like that. Named Chris Ventaroso, who says Chris Ventaroso might be banged up. He might got a little banged up in practice today.
Really?
And I don't know how trustworthy that source is, but it seems pretty trustworthy. So
that's unfortunate, but
you know, he said not to say anything. Hopefully, Colts Neck isn't paying too much attention to that. But I think he'll be good by tomorrow. I think, you know, a little bruise action here or there, you know, never hurt nobody. Especially a tough guy like Chris.
Zimmerman tried to feed it to McGilvery, but she comes right back up with it.
Shut off the speed.
But that's 2 turnovers just to start this third, and there's the third.
Yeah, they've had trouble just throwing and catching the ball today. Like we haven't usually seen. This is a really athletic team compared to what we're used to seeing. I think some of these athletes are really good, and we just see them, you know, make a couple focus errors and drop balls that they usually catch.
Do you think maybe it's just, you know, trying to make that one move too soon, or is it just in their head because, you know, these are your final games of the season?
Yeah, I don't really know exactly what it is. Just, you know, maybe different start time too. They don't usually play this early.
It's just
4 o'clock.
It's just basketball. Here's a elbow jumper. That's no good. It was knocked out of the hands of Bell. A lot of contact, and there's the foul on Zimmerman. Lions down by 13 with 5.5 to go left of the third. If they want to at least tie this game or, you know, come close, answers got to start coming right now as Giordano gives it right to Red Bank.
Yeah, recently we've just seen Lacey panicking with the ball a little bit. And, you know, giving up some easy turnovers that we're not used to seeing, really.
Yeah, it's this and, you know, the past couple games we've done, Matt, this is not a Lions team that we've seen. You know, last game we streamed was a loss, and now we're back, and it's not looking too great. I mean, turnovers it's really what's costing them. I mean, the lack of offense is just killing them. Hopefully answers could be found for the Lions very soon, however. Under 5 remaining. Here's a cross-court pass as Gardner couldn't come up with the shot as it's in the hands of ours as Kona. Over to Gardner, guarded by Bell. Feeds it down low, is tipped away by Mahan, and it stays on Red Bank's side. 4:38 to go. Gardner in the corner, drives down. Gardner, it was tipped and blocked by Mahan. Into the hands of Zimmerman, gives it over to Giordano. Nice pass from Giordano to Zimmerman. She can't finish. Just rolls off the side of the rim. Great feed by Giordano. And a great drawn-up play. That's Kona. Over to Munson. And Giordano's going to be called for the foul on Gardner. 4:03 to go. I mean, we could just keep repeating it all day, but really the big reason why the Lions are losing, man, it's just the offense and turnovers. What was so funny?
Excuse me, Keith.
Because you didn't know what to say. Did I just starstruck you?
You just stared at me after you said that.
Because I was expecting you to say
I
something
didn't know
back.
there had to be a response. Yeah, they turn the ball over a lot.
Yeah.
It's hard to win games like that. But found the bucket right there.
So Zimmerman will go to the line to make it, to look to make it a 10-point game.
But these possessions where they find, get a good little basket of pain, it's been too few and far between. They just haven't had any sort of good offense today at all.
A timeout taken by Lacey as it's a 10-point game and some points that the Lions are going to need. That's their first free throw of the game that they've made. It's a 1-minute timeout, so we'll take our quick TV timeout. This is WLTS TV.
I like how we can say exactly.
I gotta get the mic on. We're right back with you on WLTS TV.
Yeah, you got to do a better job of not just saying silly things. That's such a hot open.
Giordano came away with the steal, gives it over to Zimmerman. She's blocked by Gardner. There we go. Here's a lead pass ahead, and Giordano comes up with it. Now tries to feed it across. Mahan in the corner for three. That's no good. McGilvery soars in for the rebound. Back up top to Mahan. Feeds it down low. Here's Giordano. Giordano kicks it out to McGilvery. She loses the handle. Stolen away. Here's Lynch. And I think it might have been blocked by McGilvery.
She's done a great job of that today with two big blocks. Chase down blocks, that is.
Yes, two chase down blocks, Matthew. Great analogy.
Analogy. That's just not an analogy, Keith.
That's probably not the right word. It definitely isn't. Is it?
No, but I'm always impressed with how well you keep stats.
Analysis.
Thank you. I'm always impressed with how well you keep stats in your head.
Layup no good and hauled in by Bell. 27-17. Mahan in the corner. Fakes the pass to Zimmerman. Now back up top to McGilvery.
We've seen so much hustle out of this Red Bank defense, just making every shot really difficult.
And there's another ball that slips away from the defense as Lynch Can't finish, but right there is Munson to complete the basket on the second chance. And it's another turnover for the Lions.
Yeah, and as a Lacey fan, if you're watching this game, it's got to anger you just knowing how well they played in that first quarter and to see it all fall apart. Well, they were really just right in this game, and now it's just not the same way. Ever since their offense has gone stagnant.
The Buccaneers, number 20, Shane Lynch, first foul. Redneck's 14th foul. Sarah Zimmerman, shooting 2 from the line. For Lacey. Re-entering for the Buccaneers, number 4, Iris Ascona. In game for Lacey, number 23, Whit Schmidt. Redneck, rebound, Gardner.
There we go. All right. You know, those mics unplugging, it irritates me, but it does. 29-18 with a minute and 40 to go. Brooke Schmidt checks in. Ascona looking for her first 3 of the game, and she gets it. Makes it 32-18. The Lions in a deep hole that they're going to have to really try and find a way to grab themselves out of, and it's out of bounds. Right there, another turnover.
Yeah, and Ascona took a couple deep threes before, and this time moves a little closer to the line and able to convert.
Nice. Timeout taken by the Lions. It'll be a 1-minute timeout as we'll take our quick TV timeout. This is WLTS TV. Right back with you on WLTS TV after the quick timeout. But it's been the same story since the start of the second quarter for the Lions. Turnover after turnover. They've only scored 5 points this quarter behind a 3-point scoring in the second, so offense has been quiet. Turnover-wise, it has been all over the place. Ascona feeds it down low. Munson guarded by Mahan. Back up top, Ascona. She fakes, drives right side. Ascona back to Munson. Munson back to Ascona. 40 seconds to go left of the third. Here's Gardner with the pull-up jumper. Makes it a 34-18 game.
Yeah, this third quarter, Red Bank's really just starting to pull away, knocking down some jump shots.
There's a feed down to Bell from under the basket, gets her own rebound.
And Bell was
34-18.
Chase down steal.
10 seconds left. Gardner up top, over to Munson. Here's Lynch. Lynch feeds it down low into the hands of Gardner. 3 seconds left. Gardner puts up a shot off the side of the backboard, and then that's how the third quarter ends. 34-18. We'll be right back with you on WLTS TV. Start of the fourth quarter, Lions down 34-18. As this entire game has been the exact same story with the turnovers. And sooner or later, they're going to have to find a way to clean it up. Matt, anything you have seen in these past few quarters besides the obvious?
Yeah, no, just Red Bank's been playing some incredible defense. And the Lions have not responded well to that ever since the first quarter.
They trail by 16. Mahan was hesitant on 3. Zimmerman contested heavily, and she somehow gets it to go.
Yeah, it was a really athletic finish by Zimmerman to maneuver around the defender.
Seven and a half as Bell knocks it out. We would like to thank the WLTS crew for putting this girls basketball game together, as this is one of their final games of the regular season. CJ Donohue, Diego, and Andrade, Adrianna Aquino, Haley Miller, Travis Butow, Tyler Wegryn, and of course the man who does it all, Mr. Merman. And then there's me and you in our own ship once again, Matt.
Some new faces for you.
Why did it do that?
Why did you put my volume up?
I didn't do that.
You didn't mean to, I know. You really made me sound stupid there for a second. First free throw rattles in and out. Wow.
For the Buccaneers, number 5, Monahan.
Gardner goes 1 for 2 at the line. Giordano comes up with it. Lions trail by 15, and that's off the foot of Gardner, and it goes and stays on Lacey's side. 6:53 to go. Bell chucks it up. That rattles around, no good. Trying to fight for her own rebound. Zimmerman as well. Zimmerman comes up with it. Zimmerman blocked. Giordano right there to finish.
And this is the first time we've seen any momentum from the Lions ever since that first quarter.
As Monahan answers right back. Giordano pushing.
But what I was trying to say is this team really just plays better when the pace is higher.
Here's Zimmerman on the left-handed side. And it's back and forth scoring so far. 6:15 to go, 37-24. Gardner with the wide open lane, and she gets it to go. That's the second time where a girl on the right side has had the open lane. Zimmerman feeds it across, and it's deflected out of bounds by Munson.
Yeah, and after a made shot, that's just not the thing you want to see.
Up top, Mahan. Over to Giordano. Giordano back up to Mahan. Mahan from downtown. No good. Deflected around and into the hands of Aquino with 5:50 to go. Aquino from way downtown. That's no good. She shot a lot of those deep threes tonight, only made one of them. You know, Matt, I'm around this time of the game, 5.5 to go. Obviously not exactly at that time, but, around towards late game, I usually think about what I want to eat after the game.
And, that's the segue you were going for. I was wondering where you're going with that.
Well, that's why I went with it. I'm a big food guy. I feed down to Bell, and she's fouled, so go to the line. I don't know if you have any recommendations for me or not, but
None.
I'm not crazily hungry. I could use a bite. Maybe some Cinnamon Toast Crunch at home could always do the trick. No milk in the cereal bowl, of course.
Disrespectful.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about because you can't really drink milk, Matt.
Too soon.
Yes.
Backing for the Lions, number 10, Reese Paget.
Maybe I could stop at a fast food place. I don't know. Paget checks in.
Maybe you could talk basketball.
I am talking. I've talked basketball all day long.
No,
We were even talking about it before game.
That's true. And I apologize.
There's
It's not that you can't stray from the topic. It's nobody cares about your food choice after the game. It's not what people are listening for. It's not a podcast
You know,
that nobody will listen to.
I don't think there's any reason for you to go at me the way you do.
You'd eat it.
No, I don't.
You'd eat it.
Why would I need it? Because we're calling a basketball game? Okay. I'm not gonna keep the stream quiet when there's free throws going on. I mean, I don't really know what else to talk about. Maybe some stats I can try and find, but I mean, nothing crazy. So, don't do that to me again. We have fun around here.
You know, Keith, you're always asking me questions. A little stat right now. 39-24, that's 15 points with 5 minutes. What do the Lions got to do to come back into this game, Keith?
I mean, the only obvious answer is just clean up the offense. I mean, turnovers have once again been their biggest problem. You know, it's really just cleaning up that pace on the offensive side. You know, they push down quickly, then they draw it back, and they slow things down, and then one pass after another just gets stripped away. Or Red Bank plays a very good defense. So I mean, obviously the passing and the turnovers are gonna have to limit, but 15 with 5 minutes left, you're gonna have to figure something out, because it's not a crazy amount of time, especially with the pace Red Bank is going.
I'm always happy to hear a little analysis from you, Keith. So thank you.
Do I not do it as much? I mean, I'd like to ask you the questions.
Yeah, you always round me up the questions. That's usually the way the stream goes.
Usually how it's supposed to go.
Yeah. Just trying to think outside the box a little bit.
I mean, just start asking me questions. Not today, but tomorrow.
No.
Lions turn the ball over again, but Giordano trying to save it in. Great attempt. But Red Bank comes away with it. 41-24, 4 minutes to go. Here's Gardner. Up top to Lynch. Has Kona. Trying to feed it down low. Gets past Zimmerman. No good as Zimmerman comes away with it. 4.5 to go. She slows it down. Giordano feeds it down low. Bell. She got it poked away. Maybe a little bit of contact on it as well, but she can't come away with the basket. Munson across. Mahan tips it away from Munson, feeds it down low. Holloway gives it away. That rhymed. That was sick. Holmes, nice spin around move by Ascona. Feeds down to Holloway, but it's too far ahead.
Did you try to rhyme there?
What?
That whistle was extremely loud.
It was extremely loud.
Did you try to rhyme that there, or was that just incidental?
That was just
Keith O'Neal being Keith O'Neal.
That's a common Keith O'Neal move. It's a power move, actually, is what they call it in the streets.
Sounds like Shakespeare.
What?
You sound like Shakespeare, bro.
What do I mean, no. I don't think I do, at least.
It's the only poet I really know.
Feed down low to Bell on the post. Bell rattles around but can't go in, but she'll go to the line for 2. I think Shakespeare's a little excessive. I don't think I can talk like that. That's,
Okay.
No, that's just stuck in my mind.
That was poor, by the way. That was a poor Shakespeare to say.
Shakespeare. All right.
Won't happen again.
I'm glad that you think I am an all-time favorite, or like an all-time classic poet.
All right, just drop it now. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think we both have crossed the same paths and realized that we were both wrong. Gardner slips away from the defense. Gardner feeds it over to Holloway. Holloway somehow saves it in, and Munson comes up with it. Under 3.5 to go. Gardner up top from, I thought she was shooting a 3, but it is into the hands of Holloway, and she finishes. Giordano over to Zimmerman. Zimmerman fakes. Zimmerman drives. Acrobatic layup that is no good. She'll go to the line for 2. Lions are in the bonus.
It was a good job by Red Bank Regional just exploiting the mismatch in the paint. Smaller freshman against the center.
What are you doing? Okay. But Matt, I actually do have a question for you. Lions down by 18, 3 minutes left. You know, probably a little bit out of their reach, especially with the way this game's going. You know, probably a little bit out of their reach to at least tie this game. You got one more regular season game left before the playoffs, which start on March 1st, which is my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad! Which is March 1st. So I mean, you know, next game they gotta answer back.
Yeah, and you know you wanted this game coming in, but it doesn't really matter. Who cares? Forget about it. Next game though, you gotta get a little. You don't want to be on a 6-game losing streak going into the playoffs. You gotta do something to turn it around.
And a jump ball that'll stay on Lacey's side.
And that game will be streamed Friday on WLTS.
Yes, Friday, the basketball game for the women's team. As Maddie Bell gets the layup to go. Giordano playing heavy defense, the full court press. Guarding Ascona well. 2:40 to go. Foul called on Giordano.
Foul called on Lacey's number 24, Riley Giordano. Her third foul, Lacey's 13th foul.
Gardner in trouble, and she's called for the travel.
Re-entering for the Buccaneers, number 50, Josie Munson.
Lions are going to have to act quickly and start getting the scoring going. And still down by 15. Hypothetically, 5 threes gets you back into this game. As there's the first one. Take that 4. Yes, sir. 43-31. Lions playing good defense. A floater up ahead to Munson. She comes down with it. Munson over to Ascona. 2:10 to go. Over to Gardner.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes, the Lions have done a good job of just quietly bringing that lead closer and closer and fighting their way back in this game.
Gardner, cross-court pass into the corner. Feeds down low to Polloway. Polloway called for a foul. See, I said that loudly. I thought she took an extra step, but I was wrong.
Foul on Lacey's number 24, Riley Giordano. Her fourth foul, Lacey's fourth, team foul. Shooting 2 from the line, for number 33, Caroline Holloway. Backing for Red Bank, number 5, Ailey Monahan.
So McGilvery checks in as Giordano checks out. It's McGilvery, Paget, Zimmerman, Patterson, and Bell to try and propel themselves into a final minute comeback, but another turnover right there. Munson drives left side. Munson too strong. Off the glass, Polloway tries to finish. She can't. Zimmerman comes away with it after a falling Munson. Zimmerman slows it down over to Bell. Bell hesitates, feeds it over to Patterson. And she can't finish with under a minute and a half to go. Gardner with the spin around move on Bell. She can't get it to go, but Munson's sprinting in for the rebound. Gardner from downtown, and that could possibly be the icing on the cake for tonight's game. Obviously still a minute left, but pace of this game's not looking good as that one gets away from the Lions as a backcourt violation. Or,
I thought she might have got pushed back there.
yeah,
That's a tough call for the ref because he didn't call a push at first, and you know.
No, Matt, it also tipped off a Red Bank regional.
Yeah, but she grabbed it for But you know, as a ref, you don't want to have a late whistle, so
Yes.
it's tough to make that call after the fact to call it a push because usually you leave that as a clean and let the girls play, but.
So 50 seconds left. This game looking a little bit out of reach.
Oh,
Unless the Lions come up with a 17-point comeback, which it looks a little unlikely, but 45 seconds left. This game, that doesn't mean anything for the playoffs, but momentum-wise, kind of slows them down just a little bit. But like you said before, get it out of your way and come back stronger on Friday. But come March 1st, it's a whole nother game plan. Bell shoots a 3 from the corner, too strong. Paget trying to save it in, and she was out of bounds. But 24 seconds left, as I'm sure Red Bank's just going to hold on to the ball and chew the clock down. Cameron Gardner led the way in the scoring. The turnovers were a big problem. She's going to dribble it around, and that is how the game is going to end for Red Bank Regional, but Matt Gilbert is going to foul her. So it's not going to end yet in 14 seconds.
Number 25, Madison McGilwray. Her first foul, Lacey's 5th team foul.
Matt, anything you have to say for the Lions going into the next game?
Well, I think I said before, that feels like a must-win game, even though, you know, it really doesn't matter. Just, you know, they got to play hard because you don't want to be on a 6-game losing streak going to the playoffs, and you got to get some sort of confidence back. So just try to do a better job protecting the ball, and they'll have a chance against anybody.
That is how the game ends. A 50-31 victory in favor of Red Bank. The turnovers were the biggest problem tonight for the Lions. Looking to clean it up on Friday as they'll be back home. Alongside as WLTS TV will be back tomorrow night as well at 4 p.m. for the boys basketball game against Colts Neck. We'd like to thank the WLTS crew once again for putting this game together, as we got 2 more ahead of us. For Matt McClung, I am Keith O'Neill. We guys all hope you have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow evening. Good night, everybody.